There's a crazy new Easter egg in Warzone that requires you to complete 30 other Easter eggs and secrets around the map. In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete nearly every single one because there's still one that we don't know how to do, opening Bunker Zero, but more about that later. So the first step of this is to go to any police station in Verdansk. So any of these buildings around the map now have a new computer inside them, just kind of in a room to the left of reception. So if you go into the police station, and like I said, just go behind the reception desk into the room, there's a new computer you can interact with. You can see on the computer screen there's this eye symbol, which has been taunting us lately. That's in the Rebirth Red Room. It's outside Bunker Zero. We've seen it in a few places. As far as I know, this is a new asset, like the keyboard looks really, really strange. But anyway, if you interact with it, it will give you a challenge once you've completed half of it. And straight away it was bugged for me for some reason, but if you scroll up and down, that will fix this bug. You will get a list of 30 challenges in the game. Now this reminds me of the old Intel in Warzone. There's 30 things. You'll have hints in white if you haven't done them, and it'll just basically tell you what they are in blue if you have done them. So you can see here, when I started recording this, I had 21 out of 30 done. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to complete 29 of them. Number 19, annoyingly, that's Bunker Zero. As far as I know, nobody's found a way into that yet. I personally don't think you can get in there yet. I think it'll be something tied up with the next Call of Duty reveal, which could be as soon as this weekend. But yeah, you can't do that one now for whatever reason. But anyway, let's talk you through every single one of these challenges and what you have to do to complete them, so you can be up to 29 out of 30 just like me, and you'll be ready to complete it as soon as that Bunker Zero code is found. So number 1 is just near Stadium, kind of northwest of Stadium, and what you're looking for with these first few ones is a note, a little bit of intel. Some of these objects were in the game before, I'd already made videos about them, but the notes were added fairly recently. So this is the Verdud, this is the missile that should have destroyed Verdansk, but didn't. And just behind it, in the kind of trail that's left, you can find this note, and this is what you have to interact with in order to get number 1 completed. So the note says, "Don't forget to tighten the screws, otherwise the missile might not detonate, resulting in a catastrophic non-explosion that won't be the end of Verdansk," from Mrs. L. And once you've read that note, you've interacted with that note, that will complete number 1 for you. So it's just there, sort of northwestern Stadium. So for number 2, you want to come to the prison, and you can just go to the kind of west entrance here on the ground floor. And if you head on up to the showers in here, you'll find a note on the ground floor of the showers. If I can actually get up, that would be nice. There's a note over here, and it's got a table tennis paddle next to it, and if you interact with it, it says, "As thanks for your protection in here, I thought you'd like this freshly cleaned vintage paddle from your home of Caldera. Just please don't ever ask how I smuggled it in here. Your cellmate." So that will unlock number 2 for you. So for number 3, you're going to want to come to this apartment building up in what's called Lozov Pass, but if you look at the map, it's the area kind of north of TV station, southeast of military base. If you're at the top of this building, so just kind of on the northeast side of it, and then you go down the stairs, right at the sort of top of the stairwell, you'll see the rose was here, and there's this note in a corner that says, "Does nobody check their corners? I've been hiding here for days. They open the door and don't even shoot. I wish I could ask one after I've killed them. I just don't understand it. I'm in the dark here." So this is a little joke about the rose skin, and somebody, it might have even been Jack Frags actually, did a video showing that if you stood here with a rose skin, people could just run straight past you because they wouldn't see you. Then they ended up making the whole area light. But if you complete that, that should get you number 3 done. For number 4, you're going to want to go to this building in Quarry. So it's the kind of, I guess, the most southern one. Somebody right there on the corner. Oh my God, I completely didn't see them. That was terrifying. That was John Cena and I couldn't see him. That seems appropriate. Anyway, if you go in that building and then you go all the way up to the top and then through to the middle part of it, you should be able to find this red door. The mysterious red doors from Black Ops Cold War's days. And then next to it, there's a note, just interact with that. It says, "This door must remain closed due to unforeseen disappearances. We're sorry for the inconvenience, from the administration office." Once you've interacted with that, that will complete number 4 for you. So for number 5, you're going to want to go to the big tower at Verdansk Hospital. And then if you just run in and go up the stairs, you're going to want to go to floor 3, which is conveniently marked. And we're looking for a note that is on one of the beds. So if you run around this corner and on this bed, where there's kind of a massive phone, a massive 80s phone from the Black Ops Cold War days, then you can read this note. It says, to the owner of this phone, how old is this thing? I couldn't track you down since there were no saved numbers / data. Also, I don't want to touch it because it seems to be covered in blood. I hope whoever was injured got stitched up, so I'm just leaving it in case you come back to find it. And I hope you do. I know how it feels to forget my phone at home. It's torture. So that will complete number 5 for you once you've read that note. So for number 6, you're going to want to be coming down to Boneyard over here, and we're going to be looking for the guy that's been crushed by a loadout package. So here, there is a loadout package. It's unfortunately fallen on a guy. This is just here on the map. And then there's a little note next to him. If you read the note, it says, by calling in this loadout drop, you accept that the manufacturer is not liable for any misuse of the product leading to injury or death from above. Please read this aloud to any individuals located underneath the product. I've just done that. But once you've interacted with that note, that will complete number 6 for you. For number 7, you want to go and find these zombie corpses that are just on the very south of the map, kind of where the Vodjanoi was, if you remember back when zombies invaded Verdansk. And if you look around here, there should be a note somewhere just on the back of this boat. Interact with that and it says, Madame, you may have received a letter just one day ago about your husband's death. Please disregard. I'm delighted to inform you that he is in fact making a full recovery. He's awake, albeit disoriented, and has already quite an appetite. I believe he'll be up again and walking in no time. The remaining text is covered by blood, so obviously somebody who was transporting that woman's husband and turned out to be a zombie on the Vodjanoi, and there's these 2 stims here. So this is just here, and that will unlock number 7 for you. For number 8, you're going to want to head to the train station, to this little branch that sticks out just there. I find the quickest way to get in here is just to go on this kind of slopey bit, and then you can just hop off to the side and then completely miss. No, that's probably not the quickest way up there. You could just go in the doors. Right, so if we run up here, and then you'll see there's some stuff set up as little exhibitions along here. There's a heartbeat sensor. There's a self-res, which is really handy. Sadly, it's not there in ranked. But somewhere around here, we should be able to find a note that is all about that exhibition. Here it is. So if you read this note, it says, tomorrow is the grand opening of the 5th anniversary exhibit, and I've been asked to clarify, we are only displaying inoperable equipment. Also note, you are not allowed to test equipment in case it is in fact operable. So you can only use what will not work for displays, not display what you cannot use because it would work. I'm happy we've cleared this up. Train station administration. Once you've interacted with that, that should complete the 8th one for you. Number 9 is the first of kind of what I would call the Easter eggs that I've done videos on. So if you head on over here to the west of the map, there's this little innocuous looking white house, and in here there's a reference to an Easter egg from Fortune's Keep. So if you just go inside here, on the shelf there is a wine bottle, and there's a little note next to it that says, this shelf will need to be filled with bottles, otherwise it will be too easy to discover my secret lever, and I want to keep my fortune. So it's a Fortune's Keep thing. Once you've interacted with that note, I imagine that's probably done it, but just interact with the bottle just to make sure, and you'll get a bunch of money pop out, and that will complete number 9 for you. Number 10 is the first slightly more complicated one. So for the first part of this, you're going to want to come over to the little valley here. If you look at where the train tracks fork on the map, it's just to the east of there. You should be able to see this kind of valley running up the side of the mountain. So what you're going to do is to go pick up a key from the top of this. Glad my helicopter didn't explode. So just at the top of this valley, there's a kind of bag up here that you can interact with. So you're going to have to run out of bounds for it. Maybe switch to your melee weapon. See this bag? If you go up here, interact with it, a key will drop out. Pick that up. Get back into the map before that runs out. And now we're going to have to head all the way back over to storage to open up a door there and solve that Easter egg. But when you do go in storage, make sure that you don't just rush in blindly. Otherwise, you will explode and ruin the Easter egg. So once you're back at storage, you want to come head over to the northwest section of it. And what you're looking for is a special door. So it's actually just not quite close to where I pinged it. It's just here. So in this building, you'll see a door. Now, because you've got that key and you can see that in my inventory in the bottom right in mission items, you can open this up, just interact with it. And there's 2 little trip mines. Can you see there's one just there? So just hold, interact on it to defuse. And then there's another one just there. Hold, interact on that to defuse. And don't open the box. Instead, you can unlock the crate using this computer. And now when you open the box up, you'll get some stuff like a kill streak. Now, importantly, to make sure that you've got the intel to complete the challenge that we're doing and to complete number 10, read that note and it just says, "I will not die a traitor." So we've got that one. That will complete number 10 for you. For number 11, you're going to want to head on over to the bank in downtown. It's this big square building in downtown. And we're going to be completing the bank Easter egg. And to do this, you have to get into the vault and try not to kill yourself by blowing up a helicopter, preferably. So the first step of this involves a little bit of RNG. Somewhere in the bank, there will be a machine on the wall. And you just need to find it. It will be somewhere. I have seen it even down by the bank vault. Sometimes it can spawn on the wall here. But you just kind of need to look around for it. You can actually hear it. It makes a slightly odd noise when you're near it. But just run around checking all of the walls, all of the different areas. Looking for a black machine that kind of unfolds. It's the one that gives you a key card if you are on Rebirth Island. So sometimes it can spawn in these offices. So it's worth checking in here. Can't see it there. It can spawn just on the walls in these bits. Ah, here we go. There's the one I needed. The scanner. So interact with that. It will give you a hardware gift card. Now you want to take that hardware gift card over to a buy station. And conveniently right now, there's one just outside City Hall. So that's the one that we're probably going to be using. I'm going to run up to the top so I can hop across. I'm hoping I'm not going to get sniped while I do this, but it is a possibility. So we're going to go over there. And when you go to the buy station, you'll have a new option that will let you sell it. So go over there, sell it, and you will get a drill. Now you've got the drill, you're going to head back into the bank and then go down to the bank vault. I can now put the drill on it. It'll take a little while. The drill gets to work, opening it up. Now, as far as I can tell, with these more sort of Easter egg ones, there's not a note that you need to pick up. It's just about getting that challenge done. So you saw it there. It said heist completed. So that should mean that this one is now completed, that this one will be ticked off. You can run around and pick up the money if you want, just to be doubly sure. But I'm pretty sure just opening up the vault and being the one to open up the vault will be enough to tick it off on your list. Now, for number 12, you're going to need to do the graveyard Easter egg, which might be the most frustrating of all of the Easter eggs currently in the game. Because to do this one, you need to find a shovel. And a shovel is a random spawn that can spawn in lots of different places in the map. So one place it can spawn is just here on the kind of southeast side of Stadium in one of these little corner bits. A shovel can potentially spawn there, but it's not there right now for me, of course. Another place it can spawn is up at the red door over in Quarry, where we were when we were doing number 4 on this list. Another one place it can spawn is at the bottom of the Overlook Tower. That's a new spawn that's been added. It can also spawn in one of the crashed planes in the airport. So lots of different locations where it can potentially spawn, and you kind of just need to get lucky. I would say go check for this one at the beginning of a game of Plunder, because then it's less likely that somebody else would have picked it up. Somebody else would have stolen it from you. I'm going to go check the bottom of the Overlook Tower to see if it's there right now. So in Overlook, it can spawn on one of the benches down on the ground floor, so it's worth just doing a lap. Check all of the different like benches and seats. I don't think it'll be in any of the restaurants or anything like that. But if you can't find it there, then it's worth moving on. It's not going to be on one of the higher floors as far as I know. If people know a definitive list of all the places where they've managed to find the shovel, please do put it in the comments, because that would be super useful. So once you find a shovel, I just found it next to the red door in Quarry. It's called Lost Lion Club. You just need to pick that up, and now you need to head on over to Graveyard. So once you're at the graveyard, then you're going to be heading over to this statue. So there's a statue just here, and in front of it, you should find a prompt with question marks. It's just here on the map, but you need to make sure that you've got the shovel in your inventory, and then interact with it. That'll chuck out a bunch of stuff, including a UAV, and then that will have completed number 12 for you. For number 13, you're going to want to head all the way down to the south coast, along this little bit, just west of that channel. And what you're looking for down here is a sea treasures token. So this can spawn all over the place down here, basically, but wherever there's kind of interesting stuff to look at. Oh, I found one just here. Sea treasures token. So I just found it here on the pier, but you might find it in a lot of sort of random locations. I would normally then take my truck, but I was just getting blown up by rockets, so I'm not going to do that. And what you want to do with the Sea Treasures token is head over to the gas station just here. It's only 300 meters away, so it's not super far, but you need to carry this all the way over there. This is a reference to an Easter egg from Ashika Island. I used to really like the Ashika Island Easter eggs. I thought they were great. But there was a little one there where you'd find loads of these tokens, and you could put them in these kind of vending machines and get random loot. Now, there's only one token, sadly. There's only one machine, and the loot you get isn't all that exciting. Actually, it's probably better than what you normally got from the machine. But yeah, you can only do this once. But if you head into this gas station, so just go straight into the main little shop part of it, and then just against the wall, you'll see this machine. Interact with it. It will play some music and then spit out a UAV and some guns and things. So that was just here. And then once you've done that, that should tick off number 13 for you. For number 14, you need to complete the floating doors Easter egg. So you first of all need to go to prison. I quite like going in down here because you're looking for another random spawn, and it's a little poster that can spawn just there. That's one of the locations it can spawn. If it's not there, it's probably going to be in one of the cells dotted around in prison. So sometimes I think it can spawn around here somewhere, although I've personally not had that one. So what you want to do is look around the cells, and normally it will be either just above the sink here, or I think it can spawn on these boxes. You're looking for a little bit of paper that you can interact with. So just run through all of the cells, check each one, see if it's there. If it's not, I try to look in a little bit closer just in case I miss it if I'm too fast. Right, I've left the doors open, so I know it's not in any of those. So now I can go up to this one, see if it's in here. It's not. So it can also be in the cells just above showers, so it's not there, but it is there. And then you'll see a piece of paper like this. You actually need to interact with it, and it will make a little noise just to confirm that you've done it. And on there, you can see it says I8. That will always be the same. But then there'll be 4 circles on these 8 pictures of doors. So to make this easier, I remember it as a code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I kind of number the doors. And then we're going from smallest to biggest. So it's going to be 1, then 6, then 7, then 4, then 5. So 1, 6, 7, 4, 5. 1, 6, 7, 4, 5. So you need to remember that. 1, 6, 7, 4, 5. And then we need to go over to I8, which is always the same place. 1, 6, 7, 4, 5. 1, 6, 7, 4, 5. And now I'm just going to get in a car to drive over there. Now, thankfully, yeah, the location that you have to drive to is always the same place. But you do have to make sure you've interacted with that poster, or you won't be able to see the things that you need to shoot. So once you get on over to this little bay, so it's just right in the corner of the map. I'm going to go down here. You should be able to see some floating doors. And now you're going to shoot those doors in order based on the circles from the smallest to the biggest. So for me, it was 1, and then 6, 7, 4, 5. And if you've done it right, all of the doors will start kind of flying away, which is a little bit stupid. They'll all start rotating and then they'll fly away. If you get it wrong, by the way, all you need to do is just start shooting them again. It'll just make a noise and then you start shooting them. So it's not too bad. But once you've done that, a yellow flare will start kicking up some smoke, and a special crate will drop in just for you, because you've managed to complete this challenge. Then you just interact with the crate, open it up, and you'll get a UAV. I got a precision airstrike as well, some cash, there's some plunder. But most importantly for this video, you will have also completed number 14 on the list. For number 15, you need to do what I think is the hardest Easter egg that's currently in the game right now. And that's the City Hall Easter egg. So you're going to be heading to this building right in the middle of downtown, the one with the dome on it. And you need to do an Easter egg that I actually find quite difficult. So, first of all, you have to head in to the front doors, and I would strongly suggest that you get a pen and paper ready, to be honest, and you spend a little bit of time just getting used to knowing where these paintings are. So there's some fruit just here and a plaque underneath. That's going to have some Roman numerals on it in a bit. There is this kind of lake picture here. There is a big rock over in this one. There's actually two of those, but don't worry, the numbers for them will be the same. There's this kind of forest scene. There is a bird. And then if we go over here, there's one missing here. This is actually a picture of a ship. That's been kind of worked out by deduction, but that would be the picture of the ship. There's this fancy building with a horse out front and a cat and stuff. And there's this little white house. And then if you go through here, there are some repeats as well. There's this kind of wooded lane, and then there's the bloody rock again. There's so many of these rocks. So you're going to start it by entering an access code here. That's 2179, but don't do it just yet. When you do that, all these doors will lock and the room will start filling with poison gas. Then you need to interact with this computer, and it will show you 4 images, which are linked to the paintings around the building, along with a sum. So some of them won't have anything, but some of them will say like +1 or -3 or whatever. And the really difficult thing is that you need to then run around to all the paintings, look at the Roman numerals underneath the paintings that match up to the ones that they say, then in your head do the maths that it said to get the digit for the code, and do that for 4 in a row very, very quickly. So then you'll end up with a 4-digit code that you can enter back in this computer after it's done the animation to solve it. And you're doing that while you're being gassed. This is a little bit difficult, but let's give it a try. Let's see if I can do it first try. So the code, first of all, is 217. Oh, I typed it in wrong there. 2179, the code is 2179. So as soon as you type that in, you can do this enter password thing, and now we'll get some sums. So I've just written down all of the codes. Luckily, they were quite simple because it was +1, +1, +1. So it's just adding them. And now I'm just going to look at it again to see what the actual pictures were. And I'm actually just writing these down next to me. So it was the woods, wooded path, White House, then the bird, then the rock. So I can't do that now. So what we're going to do is go over and find the woods, which I think is just here. So that's 4. So that's going to be 3. The first number is 3. The White House is over here. So that says 3 and I need to add 1. So that's 4. So it's 3, 4. The bird, I think, is the other side. So 3, 4 here. The bird is 7. So that's going to be 8. So 3, 4, 8. And the rock is 6. That's going to be 7. So it should be 3, 4, 8, 7, if I've done this right. I am about to get gassed, I think. 3, 4, 8, 7. Now, annoyingly, you have to wait for the whole animation to play again before you can actually type it in, which is very frustrating. But this should be 3, 4, 8, 7. There we go. That will stop the gas from poisoning you. And now you can go do the next step of the Easter egg. I'm going to go try and grab a helicopter off the top of bank in order to be able to do that. So there's no time limit on this beyond actually trying to complete the game and trying to get not shot out of the air, I guess. So we're going to be heading on over to airport, and just near airport, just here, there is a metro station. That's where we're going to be heading to. So once you're here in this metro station just near airport, then you can go down here and there should be a button that you can now open up. This wouldn't work normally. And it'll say entrance opened. and then you are in the secret Verdansk airport stop. It used to give you a special train that would take you to a special station. That doesn't happen anymore, sadly. Instead, you've just got this station immediately here. Oh, someone just came in here. They're trying to steal my specialist, but I killed them. So if you go on the train, there is specialist just there. That will give you specialist, which is quite nice. I think once you've opened this up, so once you've pushed a button to open it up, that probably should be enough to complete number 15 for you. Number 16 is this shack just to the west of prison, so just down here. And to open this up, you want to open up the keypad and then type in 13584927. It's basically the old code from the Pawn Takes Pawn days, but backwards. And then you can hop in here and there'll be some loot and stuff like that in here. Sadly, nothing else to interact with, nothing to do in here really. But that should tick off number 16 for you. For number 17, you want to go to this shack that's just east of TV station. So this is another keypad shack, so all you need to do is go up to it and then type in the code. So you go up to one of the keypads and then type in 0185947 Again, this is just the old code, but backwards. And then you can go in there, get a bunch of loot, get your UAV and stuff. There's nothing else very exciting in here, sadly. But that will complete or tick off number 17 for you. For number 18, it's the last of these keypad rooms from the Pawn Takes Pawn days. So to do this one, you're going to want to go to this barn, which is just in farmland. There's a big barn here. And if you go inside here, there's a kind of special keypad underneath the stairs. Interact with this. And then for this one, you need the code 361589294. Type that in. Again, it's the code from before, but backwards. Type that in and it will open up this room for you. You can get your loot. You can open up and get your UAV and stuff. And then that should have completed number 18 for you. Number 19, I'm sad to tell you, we don't know how to complete. Well, we do know how to complete it, but we don't know the code. So this is Bunker 0, and we're pretty sure this is number 19. It has the eye symbol, which is also on the computers, which is kind of interesting. There's a keypad on it that's active. It needs an 8-digit code, but we do not have the code for it. So right now, this is the only one of the challenges that we can't complete. If we do manage to find a code for this, if I find a code that works for Bunker 0, I will of course do a separate video about it, but I'll also make sure I pin a comment to this video. So check the comments below. If I've pinned a comment with the code for Bunker 0, then you'll be able to open this one. It's right here on the southwest side of the map, just under the road. You can see it just there. This is Bunker 0, and annoyingly, we can't get in here yet. I am wondering if this is maybe going to be tied to an event, like maybe a reveal of a new Call of Duty game, in which case it might even happen this weekend with Microsoft's event on Sunday. So here's hoping. Right, the next set of these from 20 onwards are all bunkers to open. And some of them you open with codes, some of them you open with key cards. There's a few different ways to do it. So the one for number 20 is actually Bunker 1. So this is located over here. It's a bit of a random spot now that I've taken the buy station out of it. But it's in the southwest of the map, just kind of north of the racetrack, and you'll be able to find Bunker 1. This is a keypad one. So to get in this, all you need to do is run up to the keypad and then type in the code 042222021. You actually get that from this calendar. But that should open a bunker for you. I think that probably should be enough to tick off Bunker 20, but just to make sure, it's worth going inside all of these bunkers and just kind of exploring a little bit. There's just going to be some boxes, some loot and stuff like that. Oh, I got a red access card. That's very useful for what we're doing. But yeah, you can run around and grab a bunch of stuff. You'll be able to get quite a lot of gear while you're doing this if that's something you're interested in. But that is Bunker 1, so that should tick off number 20 for you. For number 21, you need to open up Bunker 2, and you need a blue key card to do that. So Bunker 2 is over here on the west-hand side of the map, just below this kind of hook-shaped complex of bunkers. If you've got a blue key card, and you can see I've got one of each in my mission items, then just go up to the control panel, interact with it, and that will open up bunker 2. Now, interacting with it should be enough to tick off number 21, but just in case, it's probably worth running in. And, you get some loot and stuff like that, so that's never a bad thing. Just run around, see what you can get. You'll normally have a UAV over here if you need one. Bits of an RCXD car. There's the wheels. That's kind of cool. But that's about it. So that should tick off for you number 21. For number 22, you want to go to bunker 3, which is just in this little complex on the left-hand side of the map, the west side of the map. You'll see this little complex of bunkers. This is another one that you do not need a keycard for. You just need a code. So as long as you know the code, you can get in here, and I'm going to share the code with you now. So it says bunker 3 outside. Then you can just drop down this little trapdoor, run down here, and then enter the code. And the code for this one is 301988805. Then that'll open that up. And once you've opened it up, that should have completed number 22 for you. For number 23, we're going to be opening up bunker 4. So it's just on the cliffs here, kind of near the dam, southeast of the dam, on the cliffs there. You can just see bunker 4. Now for this one, you need a red key card. And I actually have one of those, so I'm going to open it up. Just interact with it. It'll say bunker opened. And that means bunker 4 is done for you. So that should tick off number 23. As always, it's worth going in there and just looting around and stuff like that. There's some big posters up on the wall. I don't really remember those being there. Is that new for bunker 4 in this version of Verdansk? I don't remember that at all. But anyway, that is bunker 4. There's lots and lots of boxes in here. It's quite a good bunker. So if you've got a key card, definitely hop down here. Get that one done, and that will tick off number 23. So for number 24, you want to open up bunker 5. This is just here, just south of military base. So it's near the kind of frozen lake is just down there, and you can see bunker 5 is up on the cliffs. This one needs a red key card. I just opened it and was forgetting to record because I'm a professional. But you can open it up and then come in here and explore if you want to get all of the boxes in here. But once you've opened it up using a keycard, that should have completed number 24 for you. For number 25 on the list, you're going to want to open up bunker 6, and you actually need a red keycard for that. I don't have a red keycard on me in this game, but I can show you where the bunker is. So this is bunker 6. It's just on the cliffside, just here like in the northeast of the map. Kind of, again, near where the river meets the train tracks just there. If you've got a red key card, then you can open this up and that will complete number 25 for you. For number 26, you're going to want to come to bunker 7. So that's in this little complex of bunkers just here. You can see there's kind of the hook thing just northeast of Stadium. You're going to be able to find bunker 7 and 8 here. But for number 26, you want bunker 7. So you can see all the numbers on the outside here. Bunker 7 is just in here. So hop down here. If you've got a blue key card, you'll be able to open up the keypad just here. I'm just doing this on the vain hope that I get a blue key card. I don't have one here. But that's a blue key card one. So number 7 is just there. And that will tick off number 26 if you open it. For number 27, you need to open up bunker 8. Now this is another blue key card bunker. So if you just come into here, it's just northeast of Stadium in this little hook section. Again, you can see the numbers outside. Bunker 8 is just down here. So if you do have one of those fancy blue key cards that you can just find from loot boxes and stuff like that, you can interact with the keypad and that will open up bunker 8 and tick off number 27 for you. For number 28, you're going to want to go to bunker 9. So bunker 9 is just near prison. I'm actually being shot a little bit, so I'm going to try and run over this guy who seems to be AFKing a bit. There we go, he's squashed. So bunker 9 is just over here. So if you look at prison, it's kind of a little bit northeast of prison. You'll be able to find bunker 9. You need a red keycard to open this up. I don't have one on me right now. But if you do have a red keycard and you interact with that, that will complete number 28 for you. For number 29, thankfully you don't need a keycard for this one. You just need to go into bunker 10, and this is another one where I can give you the code for it, and you'll be able to open it every time, absolutely no problems. So bunker 10 is down here, just south of Park and downtown. You'll be able to see it near that big monument, the big Spomenik type thing. You can find bunker 10 just under here. This one you definitely want to do near the beginning of the game because people do this all the time to get loot. So if you go to control panel, then type in 31547206. That will open up the bunker, and that should have ticked off number 29 for you. It might be worth, as always, just run around. Also, if you haven't been in bunker 10, bunker 10's actually like pretty cool. It's a pretty cool bunker. So you can go in here and you can see lots and lots of boxes as per usual. Oh, I just found a red key card. That's useful as well. And someone's landing above me. If you go through here in this one, bunker 10's a bit special. You actually have a big missile here as well, which is kind of cool. Grab an armor satchel, and there's even more little corridor space back here. I'm not sure if anything can ever spawn there, but you can do all of that. I think over here as well, somewhere, yeah, there's a model of the rocket. That's cool, isn't it? But yeah, opening up bunker 10, that will complete number 29 for you. So for number 30, the final one on this list, you have to complete the bunker 11 Easter egg. Now, this is a little bit more complicated than a lot of the other Easter eggs. I do have a full guide to it on my channel. I actually have a couple of guides to it on my channel. So check that out. I'll put a link to it in the description below. But I'll show you the kind of abridged version here. There's just a lot of RNG involved in this, so it might not be exactly the same for you. But I don't want this video to be any longer than it needs to be. So the first step of the Bunker 11 Easter egg is to find an activation phone. One can spawn inside this building. You're looking for one of these phones that are ringing. My one is. So make sure you've got subtitles turned on. Make sure you go over, I think it's in interface, and then you can put readability. Yeah, make sure subtitles are all on. And this person is going to read to you a message and then 3 Russian numbers, and you have to identify what they are. So let's have a look. I've interacted with it. So this is just a message. If you've got subtitles on, you can see the next bit. So it's do. Now these are 3 numbers. Piat, 2, 3. So the last one was 3. 2 is 2, so that was something 2, 3. And then number 5, the first one was Piat, which is 5. So I can just double check. It's a little bit easier if you're using this map that Cassian made. It has a little cheat sheet on it for the Russian numbers. So that was 5, 2, 3. Right, so that's my code, is 5, 2, 3. So now we need to go over to the phones 4, 5, 2, and 3. And these ones aren't too bad. So there's Morse code phones. There's phones that play Morse code dotted around the map. And you basically just need to go and interact with the phones in the right order. Let me just get my map up too. So the number 5 one is over in TV station, which it actually isn't too far away. This is very, very convenient. So let's go head on over there. You can see on this map that Cassian did where all of them are. But just to quickly show you where the others are, the Cassian's map is much more useful than mine. 0 is in military base up in one of these buildings. 1 is downtown in the bank in there. 2 is up in Lozov Pass in one of these buildings. 3 is in the big building at the back of Quarry. 4 is in the police station just here on the kind of east side of the map. 5 is where I'm going now in TV station. 6 is an absolute pain to do because it's right at the top of the ATC where there's always someone sniping in Plunder. 7 is just under the airport in the kind of baggage conveyor area. It's down there, so that one's not too bad to find. 8 is in hospital, so it's just in the reception desk. If you kind of go in this entrance, you can find a reception area, and it's just behind there. And then 9 is up in the dam, so just underneath the dam. If you go to the bottom area of the dam, then go in the tunnels in there, it's just in there. So what you have to do is interact with each of these phones in turn. So the one for number 5 should just be here. So it should just place in Morse code. That's the Morse code for number 5. And I'm actually going to go steal the helicopter off the roof here, I think, to go grab 2 and 3. Now, I do sometimes get a little bit confused with the ones in Lozov Pass because there's kind of 2 next to each other. There's one inside the ammo building. I think it's upstairs in there. And then there's one in there. I think this is the Morse code one. I'll just double check. So that... it's ringing. It might be the activation one. Nope, that's the Morse code one. So that was number 2. That's great. And now we're looking for number 3, which is right at the back of Quarry. Now, when you get your third phone done, so you're just using the 3 that were in that original activation phone message, when you get the third one of them done, it's actually going to play another little noise just to kind of let you know that you did all of this correctly, which is very nice of it. It's very helpful. But you do have to do all of this. So, land down here. This one's at the back of Quarry. Like I said, if you want to see video of where all of these phones are, I do have a guide to that on my YouTube channel. Just have a look for it in the description below. So did you just hear that little noise after the Morse code? That's just letting me know that this Easter egg has been completed. So we're going to head on over to Bunker 11, which is just up here, kind of near where this fire station is. Just there, I think. And once you've interacted with those 3 phones and you have the little noise play, that means that Bunker 11 will be unlocked and you can just run up to it and open it up. And I imagine opening it up will probably be enough to tick off that number 30 on the list. But there are a couple of things that you can do in Bunker 11 I'll just show you, just in case you have to do something a little bit more involved. So once you've got the green light on Bunker 11, that means you're good to go. I've just interacted with the keypad, and that's going to open up ever so slowly. These bunker doors take forever. They did at least fix the thing. There used to be an invisible barrier, but now that's gone. So as soon as the doors are a little bit open, you can kind of force your way through. So now we are in Bunker 11. By the way, all of this graffiti on the wall, that's not the code for Bunker 0. That's just been there forever. So you've got a few things in here. You've got a computer you can reboot if you want to. That'll actually trigger a UAV. There's an advanced UAV on the side as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, you can reboot the computers and then just wait for it all to start up. System ready. And it says toxic gas released, and then you'll get a UAV ping from that. So that's kind of cool. You can also go in here and see some countdown timers. Normally there's 2. For some reason there's only 1 there. Don't really know why that's only 1, but anyway. Then you can go through here, and then there used to be mud daubers there, but sadly no more blueprints. If you go through this little hole in the wall, you can go and see the toxic gas room just there. There's specialist on the floor now, which is awesome. That didn't used to be there. And then to clear that smoke, you can press the shiny red button, and that will clear out the smoke and let you see the nuclear warheads. So that's really, really cool. That's Bunker 11 done, and that should tick off number 30 on your list. So now we've done all 30 of them, well, except for bloody number 19, because we can't open up Bunker 0, unless there's a pinned comment with the code for that. Maybe it'll be on by the time you're watching this video. But I've done 29 of them. We can go back to a police station, and you can use any police station. I'm using this one that's kind of near Bunker 11 now. And then go back in and interact with the computer again. And now you can see I'm at 29 out of 30. And you should be too if you followed this guide. It should show you 29 out of 30. And if you can scroll down using X on a PlayStation controller, and you'll see there's just that annoying X, which, as you can see, because we've got all of the other bunkers there, it's almost definitely Bunker 0. But we just don't know the code for it. Like I said, as soon as we know the Bunker 0 code, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something to do with the Call of Duty reveal, which might happen as early as this weekend. As soon as we know it, I'll pin a comment to this video, and I'll also do a new video showing how to get into Bunker 0. If you've got any ideas on how to get in there, make sure you let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, if you used this guide at all, don't forget to like and subscribe. There'll be plenty more Easter egg videos on this channel, I'm absolutely sure. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.